What is this? MrBeast allegedly sent Chris Tyson an anime about a minor's relationship with a 26-year-old, betting he'd love it in leaked DMs. Rosanna alleges. Let's look at this clip.
June of 2021, he sends a message of an anime called Higehiro. It says, I bet Chris would love this show. Why?
What's this show about?
Well, it's interesting that you ask, because this show is about a romantic relationship between a 26-year-old salaryman and a 17-year-old high school runaway. It's well known online to be a controversial anime. And this anime is based on even more explicit novels that go into the details of this romantic relationship between an adult and an underage girl.
So Jimmy in the chats is saying, I bet Chris would love this show because it's right up her alley.
Why do you think Chris would love that show, Jimmy?
Why specifically this anime out of all animes out there?
Interesting. Let's look up some of its ratings. Let's see here. Higehiro. So, Control 4.8. IMDb 7.4, or do we have Mal 7.3? This looks odd. I mean, it has really high ratings, so I assume it's good, but like, if it's so controversial, why does it have such good ratings? The anime is about a working salaryman who shelters an abused schoolgirl who had prostituted herself after running away from home. The show focuses on the girl coming to terms with her family history and future prospects in education and relationships. Oh, let's see what people are saying. Isn't the whole thing of here I can't read. Isn't the whole thing of Higehiro that he doesn't date the minor and instead gives her parental care that they weren't getting from home? Or am I just thinking of something completely different? The minor in the anime is a runaway and used to sell her body for places to stay. The adult in the anime was walking, found her and brought her in, so she wasn't on the streets doing all that. She tried to make advances, he shot them down every time. Seems like things might have been taken out of context here by Dogpack. It also, I like how this says Rosanna alleges, but it's Dogpack bringing it to Rosanna, it seems like, in the video. That's how I'm gonna interpret it. So I'm gonna assume it's Dogpack who came out with the information to Rosanna and not the other way around. But instead of, sitting here looking at what other people are saying about it, why don't I look into it myself? Please tell me I'm not gonna regret this, Japan. Please. With all of the drama surrounding YouTube's largest creator recently, I got curious surrounding one specific topic as it kinda landed in my ballpark as I tend to, make some videos about anime. Before I proceed though, I want to mention that this video is not meant to build into any type of negativity, nor am I making it to pick a side. I purely want to make it to talk about the anime Higehiro as it is mentioned in the accusations surrounding inappropriate actions made by MrBeast. And a lot of people are talking about it as a show which glorifies inappropriate relationships with a minor, however people have seen it have said the opposite. Because of this, I got curious, and seeing that the show has good ratings, it seemed from the surface like a show that could be interesting to delve into as well, and so I did. My goal with this video is to answer 3 specific questions. 1. Is the anime motivating or promoting inappropriate relationships between minors and adults, and does it provide enough of a basis for a valid accusation against viewers due to this? 2. Has things relating to the anime been taken out of context or at face value without actually looking into the anime even for just 1 episode? You see, 1 episode is only about 20 minutes and can give a lot of needed context for things such as this, and because of that I will be using the first episode as context for the accusations, and I think you should too. If you can't watch 20 minutes of a show to actually make up and understand the accusations you are levying because of the show in question, then maybe you shouldn't be making accusations. 3. Was the accusation voiced by Dogpack and Rosanna Pacino presented in a way that seemed to be out of good faith, or does it seem to have been an attempt at manipulating the viewers? I also want to say right now before we proceed that I will answer with my opinions regarding some of these questions. So please, instead of just taking my opinion as fact, make up your own opinion, and you can even comment on your argument for what you think in the comment section below. At the end of the day, I don't want my opinion to be yours. I want you to make up your own opinion out of what I present to you in this video. Or if you watch the show yourself and decide to make it up your opinion that way, then that's also valid. Just make up your own opinion. Don't take everything I say as fact, especially when it's my opinions. My own opinions are my own opinions. You may disagree. You may think otherwise. Now, Let me begin by explaining the story and what the show is about. I'll try and keep it as spoiler free as possible for those who want to watch it themselves, however I will talk about the ending of the show, so if you want to watch it, go watch it now and come back afterwards. Higehiro is an anime by the Japanese animation studio Project No. 9, about a 26-year-old office worker by the name of Yoshida, who after getting rejected by his older colleague goes out and drinks his sorrows away with his friend. Whilst drunk on the way home, he finds a 17-year-old high school girl by the name of Sayu sitting underneath a street lamp close by his apartment and tells her to go home, as it is very late. However, she explains that she has run away from home, and so Yoshida takes her in and lets her stay at his apartment so that she won't have to sleep out in the cold street. Sayu believes Yoshida's choice to let her stay at his apartment overnight is due to her body, so she offers it to him. However, he flat out declines and explains that he is not interested in a minor, and that he took her in as he felt bad for her and was worried about her safety, especially if she went to someone else who was less than stellar intentions. As the story progresses, we find out more about both characters and why they act and are the way that they are. We find out that Sayu has stopped trusting in others due to other men who have found her and previously took her in overnight, who has abused their positions to sleep with her, and so Sayu very much assumes that Yoshida is the same, whilst Yoshida sees her more like someone in need of support and only wants to provide her the support that she needs. This leads to them living together for a couple of months as Yoshida takes her in but denies her attempts at sleeping with him as he finds it uncomfortable since she is a minor. With the summary I just presented, let's look at our questions now. I will highlight again that my answers to these questions will contain spoilers for the ending of the show, so this is your last chance to avoid them. Let's start with question 1. Is the anime motivating or promoting inappropriate relationships between minors and adults, and does it provide enough for a basis for a valid accusation against the viewers due to this? Whilst the anime does make it clear that no adult should ever have a relationship with a minor and explains that it is both inappropriate and weird, it does also in a way contradict this with its ending. Whilst nothing inappropriate happens whilst Sayu is a minor, she does return to Yoshida at the end of the story 2 years later once she is an adult and has finished high school. Yoshida has in these 2 years had plenty of opportunity to start a relationship with someone else, however he doesn't. It is explained to us that Yoshida is still single after these 2 years, and it is implied that Sayu and Yoshida do end up becoming a couple after this, but it is never confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt. This could be seen as grooming and does, at least in my personal opinion, seem weird and inappropriate, but don't take my opinion as yours and make up your own opinion on this information. Question 2. Have things relating to the anime been taken out of context or at face value without actually looking into the anime even for just one episode? Yes. There is zero doubt in my mind that Dogpack did not actually look into the anime at all, as in the first 10 minutes of the anime, Yoshida denies Sayu's advances, and so whilst the ending is questionable, this is certainly taken out of context and enough research into the anime has not been made by Dogpack. Question 3. Was the accusation voiced by Dogpack presented in a way that seems to be out of good faith, or does it seem to have been an attempt at manipulating the viewers? Yes. The accusations regarding the anime are certainly weak, and even though there is an argument to be made regarding the ending, it is not remotely close to as bad as it is made to seem in Dogpack's accusations, and does not even fit the accusations made. This sadly also isn't that weird of an ending compared to other shows, which can have far worse groomer-like aspects or sadly incest tropes that a lot of anime have, such as Orimo or Eromanga Sensei does contain. Hey! Editor's note here. I don't know where exactly I'm putting this segment in, but I'm putting it in somewhere. I just want to highlight something real quick. They did see in the clip, by the way, that the anime is controversial. Yes, it is. It was mostly controversial in Japan because it is illegal to house a runaway minor. Not because of how you could take advantage of or exploit it, but rather because it is considered as a type of kidnapping, even if the minor is consenting to it. That is why it was controversial, not any other reason. Here is a summary of my opinions. Whilst there is an argument to be had regarding the ending, and I personally find it weird, and at the very least immoral, it is nowhere near as bad as what Dogpack makes it out to be. And in cases like this, there is also a valid argument to be made that just because the show has a questionable ending, it doesn't mean that its viewers agree with it, nor does it make the viewers into anything. I find media to be a lot more of a gray zone with things like this, as the media that we consume does not define us, but can affect us and our views. Let's look at things like video games as an example. Just because people enjoy shooter games like Valorant and Counter-Strike, it does not mean that The players who play the game think killing is right, and it does not make the player a killer. There are also many books and series covering things that may be found immoral, but due to the fact that you enjoy or consume said media, it does not mean that you believe it to be okay to partake in said immoral actions. That is my opinion. Feel free to voice your opinion in the comment section below, but try to keep it civil. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I wish you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!